we should create like a almost like a Final Four March Madness bracket thing.
That'd be kind of cool.
Like, have like 64 ryes.
Sorry, guys, we might not survive this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 8 of the Frisky Whiskey. Mike D, what do we got going on?
Oh, this is going to be a fun show tonight. Tonight we are doing the 3 states of whiskey. Not the states how they're made, but the states where they're made. So we got 3 good places to go to today. We're going west, then we're going back east, we stop somewhere in the Midwest, and then head all the way to the East Coast.
Yeah.
So we got an Oregon Spirit Distillers, a straight American bourbon. We have a Wyoming whiskey.
Whoop.
Yeah, we'll redo that. A Wyoming whiskey.
Oh, no, that's
small batch. Bastard. A Wyoming whiskey. Wyoming whiskey. That's a small batch bourbon, and then we have Virginia Distillery Company, and it's their sherry cast finished whiskey.
That should be a good.
So this should So we have a good path, and I have an advantage over you because I've actually tried the Virginia one.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that an advantage.
Well, you tried it, but you don't remember.
Oh, okay.
We had that at the Whiskey Fest. This is one of the ones we had at the Whiskey Fest.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
At the very end.
Everything's fine.
Right. It was at the very end when I made you
quadruple fist?
Yeah, quadruple fist.
With my golden old fashioned.
Yes. So we have some really good whiskeys tonight. This is going to be a really exciting adventure.
So we're going to head on down the Oregon Trail, I think.
I think we should.
Over to Oregon.
All right. So Oregon Spirit Distillers, they're kind of new to the game. And we're finding that now. Since we've been doing these shows.
I like.
We have a lot of new ones.
This
is awesome. These guys were founded in 2009. It was born out of Brad Irwin's desire and passion for distilling. Brad Irwin is the owner of Oregon Spirit Distillers. His interest in different styles of whiskey and what made each of them different. Today, the distillers are motivated by the same thing. They're located in Bend, Oregon, and which is one of the largest whiskey barrel inventories in the state of Oregon. So this guy's big. And this particular whiskey, because there wasn't a lot of history on these guys because they're so new. This particular whiskey, their bourbon whiskey, is a 4-grain bourbon made with corn, rye, wheat, and malted barley.
Okay.
It's aged for 4 years on site in Bend, Oregon, and then after 4 years in new American white oak barrels. The barrels are married, and then a touch of water is added to bring the whiskey to a 94 proof.
They do have some really nice water out there in the northeast or northwest.
Northwest, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, our water's hard.
I used to live out in Oregon. It's crazy out there.
Yeah.
It's all like, it seriously is like the Wild West.
Like God's country still, untouched.
It's awesome. Just mountains, volcanoes and shit. It's awesome.
Untouched by man. Like this is how it used to be.
I wish that was so.
All right. So I'm going to do a little pouring here. I like the bottle. The bottle's cool. I mean, that smell is so good.
I'm actually really looking forward to this one. So, when I was kind of poking around trying to figure out which whiskeys to, pick up for this particular episode, I had done my, it's one of those things. I do state whiskey, right? Because we were doing the state of whiskey. I was like, let me see something. And then Oregon popped up, and I was like, I kind of got to do a shout out to where I used to live.
Sure, makes sense.
Right. And then I started looking at it, and I was like, man, I want to try more of these guys' whiskeys.
They have a good collection. If you got to check out their website, it's actually a cool website. But they make like 6 or 7 different whiskeys, and I think they make other things too.
Yeah, I think they do gin.
They make gin.
I think they hit some other beverages too.
Yeah,
I think. If I'm not
and it's
mistaken.
a cool website. What did you download on that website again? What was it called?
There's like a media like page.
Okay.
Yeah.
It had all that stuff in there. Information about them.
It's a little pamphlet on tell you about them and all that that.
So the smell's there.
The smell is awesome. That I can get the caramel apple.
Definitely get that earthy. Mm-hmm. No smoke yet.
Oh no, but that's probably the smoke is usually in the
flavor.
Yeah, it's not really a thing that comes up.
Because we have caramel apple, floral, earthy, light smoke, cool mint, and vanilla. Mm-hmm. Sounds like.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Ooh. So
you know what? That cool mint, when you push up against the top of your mouth, that cool mint pops out.
Yeah.
That is really tasty.
That caramel apple comes in, the floral, I get the earthy, and then that smoky flavor.
It's very light, but it's very light, which is good.
Nice.
But it's like a good finish.
But it's smack in the middle for me. For me, that's
when I say finish, I mean it's a cool way to like, from this is really good.
Bravo to you guys out there at the Oregon Spirit Distillery. This is really good. This is a nice bourbon.
And like I said, these are new players to the field too. And I love how like we saw, like even in Wyoming, the next one we're doing, and in Virginia, they're all new to the game. Virginia has a little more age behind it, but not much more. But these guys are all new, and they're all making great whiskeys. Yeah. They all had a passion. They all had a just something that we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And they're doing it for themselves, and they're doing it to pass down to their generations and keep it going because they know that's how they get the story. Then.
Yeah. Well,
immortal in whiskey.
Yeah. You can become immortalized in your brand, if you will.
Like, this is so good and neat.
Plus, it gives folks like us the chance to talk about it and maybe introduce it to other people.
Oh, absolutely. What was the price point on this? Because you picked this one up.
Yeah, so this one over at Total Wine was $45.
That's it?
Yeah.
This is really good. For $45, this is a very good whiskey. Yeah. Like this to me, I was expecting you to say 55 or 60, to be honest with you.
Yeah, this was I think it was like 44 some change.
And I think I would make a cocktail with this too. I think I would. I think I would.
I mean, I have some bitter milk, so maybe we try it later.
Yeah, try that later. I think this would be a really good Manhattan. With the sweet vermouth up.
Oh, you're right. I probably would. Mm-hmm. That's really nice.
I mean, it's so light on the it's like the earthiness comes in the background too. Like it gets in the back of your throat a little bit, but like it goes down so smooth.
Yeah, it's not a burn.
No, there's no burn whatsoever. It's smoky. This is really nice.
I like that caramel apple. That is very prominent on the front, especially on the nose. And then it just like, I don't know, kind of earthy, and then that smoke comes in, and that's really nice. Like, and then Mike D mentioned the cool mint. It's definitely there. It's kind of like a nice background flavor profile as it's kind of going around.
It's really, and I love mint too. I just planted a bunch of mint in my garden, so I'm getting ready for the Kentucky Derby. So I make my famous mint juleps. And it's not a mint julep unless it has crushed ice. I don't care what anybody tells you.
I'm gonna have to try one of these.
You've had one,
have I?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I make it with the lavender bitters. I get all fancy.
Oh yeah. Well, now I need another one.
Those are good. All right, we're getting some ice. I'm getting some ice out. I'm a little ahead of TI. Mm-hmm.
I stopped to taste the roses.
Stop to taste the roses.
I know it smelled the roses, but I wasn't smelling anything. I was definitely tasting it.
I like this bottle, man.
Me too. It's a really cool bottle design. Kind of like a square, rounded square.
Here you go, sir. Thank you. Can I have another?
Please, sir. Some more.
Stop worrying. You only gave me that much? This is okay. So I like the color of it too. I mean, it's got a nice dark amber to it.
Yeah.
It's got a nice color to it. I think all these have nice dark. The Virginia one looks darker than the 3. Yeah. Just from looking at the bottles here.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. The Wyoming and the Oregon are definitely around the same.
Like it. Oh. Wow, this was really kind of nice.
So,
wow.
I will say, like, that caramel apple is still right up front.
The mint is a little stronger. I mean, so I feel like the mint's more there. Like, this is definitely a whiskey that you can.
Pour yourself a little.
Yeah, just a little more. This is. I mean, you go to someone's house and you know they like whiskey. You spend the extra. Hit that. What do you say? $45.
Yeah.
Hit that $45 mark for them. They'll really enjoy this. They'll thank you. They'll call you, go out of their way to thank you for this one.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Like if I would have known about this last week, I think I would have got this for Evan. Who, so we took out the guy who did our Frisky Whiskey logo.
Shout out to Evan.
Yeah, shout out to Evan. And we took him out to dinner, and we bought him a bottle of whiskey. We got him the Wilcott, which is a very good whiskey. Yeah, great for making. I know he likes his old fashioned, so I know it's a great old fashioned maker. Yep. But if I would have known this one. So I already knew this one, and I didn't think it was right, the Virginia. Yeah. Because, like I said, we tried it at the Whiskey Fest, and then when I got the bottle a couple weeks ago, I had a couple, obviously.
A couple few.
Actually, I had some tonight before we started the show. So we got some really good food tonight.
Oh, we did.
Oh, man. So if you've lived in West Palm Beach for a long time, a very long time, you know this man. He is an actual icon in West Palm Beach. It's called McCrae's Barbecue, McCrae's Backyard Barbecue. And this has actually been going on for 3 generations now. Great-granddad started in the 40s, 50s, and 60s at some barbecue place in the middle of downtown West Palm off of Tamarind and 7th Avenue.
Dang.
Different name. I can't remember the name of the place he worked at. I don't remember when I read. And then he taught his son his craft. His son went off, did some things, but then he always kept barbecuing. Yeah. So then he did the whole thing. He did this guy, McCrae, Daddy Junior or Senior.
He'd be senior, I think.
Yeah, he'd be senior. Not the first dad, the second dad. Yeah. Junior. He was like the first food truck. Honestly, before there were food trucks, like now, food trucks are everywhere. I'm going back to the 80s. Like I'm going like mid to late 80s, 90s. He was out there on 45th Street. He had his big old smoker, big old giant barrel smoker. The thing was, large, gargantuan size. And he had a little truck that people would walk up to. And that was his thing. And so like you never saw food trucks until then. And he's been doing it way before everybody else. Like he's the grandfather of food trucks, as far as I'm concerned.
That's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool. I mean, and we used to go there all the time. My neighbor's parents would take us, and it was always either large order of ribs or small order of ribs. And he's famous for his sauce. He had these two sauces, mild and sweet, and he'd tell you to get both sauces. And the ribs. And what do you think tonight, Ti? I mean, come on.
So my personal opinion is that is the best barbecue I've had in South Florida to date. Like seriously, it knocks it out of the park.
And what was cool for me today was this is the first time I tried his new the third son took over, the third generation, and I haven't been there since he took it over. So it's been a couple of years.
Couple few,
maybe a decade since I've been there. I hate to say it, maybe probably a decade since I've been there. I hate to say it like that.
Well,
so
because I remember reason to get reacquainted.
Oh, I'm going back more. I forgot how good it was. Like really, it's like 20 minutes out of my way, 40 minutes tops there and back. Yeah, well worth a trip.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, we had the pulled pork.
We had pulled pork, which was awesome, juicy, very peppery.
Juicy. Yep,
super good.
And then the brisket, very good brisket.
Yeah, very good.
Very good brisket. Very tender.
Yep, very tender.
It was, but the ribs are the best. In my opinion, the ribs are the best.
Yeah, the ribs had the best smoke flavor.
Yeah,
in my opinion. Because
he does it old school. Still to this day, they do it in the barrels. And, now they actually have a storefront that you can go to. They have, it's on 45th Street. And they actually have a little restaurant you can go inside. I saw they have like certain events going on. They do a cigar night.
Ooh,
we might go check that out. I think it's cigar night and buffet, which means ribs of some sort.
I don't know about eating ribs and smoking a cigar, but
we'll make it work. We'll have one hand for the ribs, one hand for cigar. You don't cross streams, if you will.
Dry hand, wet hand.
Right. But maybe that night they don't do ribs. Maybe they do just pulled stuff you have to eat with the fork. There you go. Play it safe that way. Yeah. They have great beans. Great beans are awesome. The collard greens.
Collard greens, so good. Cooked
brine, had those pieces of brine in there. I was a little disappointed they didn't have coleslaw, but that's okay. Yeah. The beans and the collard greens.
Well, they didn't have the coleslaw because it's popular.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I never get mad when like a place like that runs out of food because that was so good. But those ribs are just to die for. They really are. They're so good. I'm so glad I remember to go back to get their food. And the fact that they're actually closer than my brain remembered, like I can't believe I haven't been going back there like for years. Yeah. So like they're on my rotation. It
is now on my list of barbecue places.
Take 20 minutes.
If I don't feel like making barbecue, people are getting that barbecue.
Check out McCrae's. You gotta get their food. They do packages for for sporting events, and they have like a year-long like football package you can buy where you get like all kinds of ribs. I think certain days of the week they have specials on 1-pounders. Okay. So I think the 1 pound is like $19 or $20, whatever it was. I forgot what I paid, but I think Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's only like $16.99 for a pound. Oh, it's not bad.
No, it's not.
And they also do like fried shrimp. They have conch fritters. That which I'm pretty sure they're good.
I'd imagine they are.
They do chicken too.
Everything else.
They also do chicken, and I actually had I told you I got the lunch thing for chicken. For lunch, I had the little the chicken special, which is a thigh and a leg and 2 sides, and it's just good old fashioned barbecue chicken. Just good tasting, good sauce.
I like that.
So check them out. McCrae's.
Yes, backyard barbecue.
Yes, very good food. And I drink. I'm going to tell you right now. I was sipping some of that Virginia whiskey with it. And it was a good pairing.
I imagine it would be.
But this would be I think this would be a better pairing with it.
I think so?
In my opinion, because it's just so smooth.
I can see that.
This is just so smooth to the taste.
It is very nice. Seriously, I want to try more of the Oregon Spirit Distillers.
Yes. We'll get a couple more bottles. You know what? They make a rye, too.
They do.
We're going to have another Battle of Ryes upcoming. And then we're going to have the Battle of the Ryes.
Yeah, we got to get a few in.
Yeah, because Mixer's won the first one.
Yeah, Mixer's Rye.
So I think we got to have to do another one where we do that one. Maybe bring back Old Granddad from last week.
Ooh, yes.
Put them in that arena, and we get two ryes we don't know nothing about.
I went out and while I was buying the whiskey for this episode, right, I picked up the Old Granddad Bonded and the Evan Williams.
And they had it at Total Wine?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right.
I think the prices for the Evan Williams bottled and bond at Total Wine was $17.49.
That's insane.
It was like a weird price.
That was so good for that to be only $17.99.
And then
it's amazing. It's just amazing.
Old Granddad Bonded was, I think it was like $25.89 or something like that.
Still a great price for that.
It's ridiculous.
That was so good.
Those were my two.
Yeah.
Those are my two.
Those are my two favorites. They were. Those, they're not knocking the other two, but those two are my actual favorite ones.
Anyways, back to this whiskey.
But now, this Oregon is my new favorite whiskey. Like, this is my whiskey. There are many others like it out there, but this is my whiskey.
Dude, I like this one so much. And that's been part of the fun of doing the show with you, right? Is we've, every week we're kind of like, what are we going to drink?
Yeah.
What are we going to discover this week? Which store are we going to hit up? What whiskeys are we going to find through our research and all that stuff? And I'm really happy I typed that into Google and it was the first thing that popped up.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, this is really good. This is a good job randoming, if you will. That's a word. Is that a word, randoming?
Yeah, it should be. It's random enough. So where are we headed off to now?
So I guess we started out west. So now we're going to move a little to the Midwest, to Wyoming. Wyoming whiskey, small batch bourbon.
Yeah. So now, this particular one. This particular one, Mike D and I we've both had this one. So we had it a couple years back.
During the pandemic.
We bought the Flaviar, what was it, the Advent calendar?
Advent calendar, yes. Yeah. It was the Advent calendar.
And it's happened to be one of them, and it made the list of the really good ones that were in there. So Wyoming whiskey started back in 2006 with Brad and Kate Mead, along with David DeFazio. The Meads are very well-known ranchers, and DeFazio was a lawyer, among other things. He was a river guide, late-night philosopher, angler, that kind of stuff. So they kind of kicked off making a whiskey.
They started making whiskey. Hey, we'll make whiskey.
I mean, if you're a rancher, it kind of seems like a natural way to go.
I think it does too, right? Like being a rancher and whiskey seem like they
I don't know why. It just does. It just seems like a thing.
Right. And they probably have a gun to go along with it.
I would imagine.
Right? But I mean, I can see it's like, after a day of ranching, whatever that means, you want to come in and have a drink and, sip your whiskey on the porch and look over your range.
Your land.
And
I mean, Wyoming's beautiful. So if you've never been, it's a gorgeous place.
I've never been. That's one of the places I want to go check out. I want to, we definitely got to do a whiskey trip there. I'm sure there's other distilleries out there.
So, overall, the floral baking spices.
Okay.
Some browned butter, vanilla, cinnamon, and toffee.
Okay.
So
it's very light on the nose when you sort of smell it out of the bottle. A little light there.
So I remember this one being pretty dang good.
So some of you don't know this. T.I. and myself, we belong to a whiskey
Secret
club.
Society.
Secret Society, yes, they are a secret society. A whiskey club on Flaviar. You've heard me say it before, and they do this Advent calendar. Well, I made myself a heavy pour.
You did. That's all right.
All right,
suffer through this one.
I'll suffer. But they have this Advent calendar, and it's like 24 3-ounce vials. Ultimately, I think it is of whiskey, and different whiskeys, different everything. And so that's how we found Starward. I think we found Starward for them. We found this one. So how did that taste? I'll let you take a swig of that.
Yeah, I couldn't help it. So buttery. You can get that.
A brown butter. Okay.
It's a little sweet. It is a little spicy. So it's weird because on the nose you don't really get a whole lot, but if you smell it while you're drinking it, flavor. It's crazy. But I do get the toffee in there too.
Yes. This is very
little spacey, little buttery.
It's very mild. It's another mild, just like Oregon, which I thought Oregon was very mild.
This is nice though. This is really good and neat.
And this has got both these have been really good and neat. Got a nice little color to it.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's a deep amber or dark amber or anything. It's in the middle.
Now this one is 88 proof, and the other one was 96 proof. Now, how much was this one by the bottle, T.I.?
So this one's a bit more, but not much. So this one I think was $55.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was as of today. I actually looked at the price, or no, yesterday. I looked at the price when I popped in to buy the Oregon, just to get an idea.
Okay. So 55 for that, 45 for the Oregon right now. Okay. And I like this Wyoming whiskey, but if I was buying a gift for somebody right now,
yeah,
I would go to Oregon.
Yeah.
I'd go back west.
Yeah.
Go west, boy.
Hang out on the beaches. Hang out in Bend, Oregon with the last Blockbuster.
Is it still there?
Oh, yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, they rent it out now.
I want to rent a movie.
Well, you can't rent a movie. It's like, because it's the last one.
But don't they have movies to rent? How are they open? What are they doing? They're just open?
Yeah.
Just there?
Yeah.
Really?
It's a historic landmark.
Do they have like creepy DVD booths so you can watch DVDs in?
No, but it's not one of those places.
No, but like, but like normal movies, not like the peep show movies, but like like movies you see in the 70s.
The hand and gestures and the way that you were talking was not suggesting you were not talking about anything but peep movies.
Okay, well, maybe, I mean, look, remember they had the adult section in those places, man? You had that creepy curtain you had to walk through.
Everyone stared whenever
So why don't they have like DVD booths in there or something? I mean, you got to make money somehow. Those places still exist. So it's crazy.
I know they do, but that's funny.
There's this one that's been in Lake Worth Road on Military. It's been there forever. The place is still open today, which I don't understand because of the internet.
I don't know.
Right? The internet changed everything with that. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows porn changed.
Some people like analog, man. I don't know.
But they still go to that place. It's bizarre to me, and it's always busy. And and last time I was there, when I was a kid, I went there. Yes, I did go there. Like, been there forever, so I've been here forever. So I did go, and like it was like that weird place where you drop quarters or dollars into the machine. And
he's talking about last weekend, I think.
Yeah. All right, I was there. I got a VIP membership now. I just got a card now for the movies.
That's where they went with the times, right? They just modernized by adding swipe cards.
I'm so old that I can say
like a Dave and Buster's.
That early days of Florida, these places were everywhere. Me and my buddy went to another one. I think we were like 15 and we got in it. And like, this is a classic one where you put the dollar in the thing and the screen would pop up and the girl would start dancing in front of you. And then like my buddy was on the other side and he put the dollar in and she went to switch and go to him, but she hit her head on the light. And she went down to the ground and she was like bleeding and she's like naked there bleeding. And me and my friend are like, "Are you okay?" And we went and got the guy at the front desk. At first he didn't care. He thought we were kidding. I'm like, no, she moved, hit the light and went down. And she was like, she was hurt. And like the thing closed, like, "Are you okay?" Like the thing's closing, like we felt so bad. We went and got the guy. I don't know what he did. We started watching movies. Had these little booths, man, with all these like silent
films,
silent porn films.
Back in the Chaplin days.
This is going back in the 80s. So.
Oh my God, that's awesome. You're so old.
But I've lived it.
Silent porno films.
Right. Thank God there were no smartphones back in those days with videos. You know what shit I'd get into? Like I had to quit every single job. I had to move to like the tallest mountain. Like I feel bad for people nowadays, like have to deal with that because you could lose your job or because of an embarrassing moment. And that's all it is. Like how many you've had stupid drunken moments. We all have. I was telling my stories earlier during like episode 3, blacking out stories, stuff like that. But like you do that nowadays and you get caught on video and then like it goes viral at your job.
You're done.
Like, you can't work here. Everyone knows what you do with that, with that bottle.
And it's not okay.
And it's not, it goes against all our policies. Like I feel bad for my daughter, man. She has to grow up in that kind of stuff. Like, you heard some of the stories when my friend was in town, getting drunk, starting fires on bars, like, that kind of stuff, I mean, was I really there? I don't know.
Can't prove it. Can't prove it.
Can't prove it. And it was like, if it was anything bad enough, like maybe you're out to work with some friends, like work friends, maybe on Monday, the story's still going around. By Tuesday or Wednesday, it's gone.
Yeah.
No one remembers anything, and you're actually out drinking with them again on a Friday night. Yeah. But nowadays, it's like everyone's watching the video, you're done.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad I didn't grow up in that era. I really, really am. Like, I'm tame now. You're not going to get much on me now.
He's kind of tame.
Well, besides last week and going back to the booth place, my VIP card.
Your Dave and Buster's card.
Yeah, right. It's a hybrid.
Gold member over here.
All right, so I'm going to throw some ice in here because I did pour myself a heavy pour there.
Yeah, I'll actually do the same because I was a little heavy myself.
I like that.
It is really good, though.
It's really good. That is really good. Who was that? Brad and Kate.
Yeah.
And David, this lawyer dude who likes whiskey, who does all kinds of weird things like late night philosopher means he gets drunk and talks a lot.
Yeah. Well, he's drinking, Brad and Kate's whiskey.
Right.
So.
I mean, who better to bring it as a partner than a lawyer?
Yeah.
Think about that. Protecting your name brand, a little topper TI.
Yeah,
topper.
just a little bit.
Topper.
Just the
There
tip.
you go. Oops.
Oh, man.
I'm spilling. Well, dripping. I'm dripping. I got the drip.
Yeah, that's all right. It's good for the table.
That's the word. Oh, man. So we had a good time last week at our favorite little locale gastro pub for cocktails.
Yeah.
I was a good boy this week. I've been very good this week.
Have you?
Yeah. I needed a break from last week. I was bad last week.
Well, last week was
friends in town.
last week got a little, crazy. Got a little slappy.
It was like a weird spring break for me. Yeah. My buddy of mine came in town unexpectedly, and we finished a bottle of scotch at his pool at the hotel he was staying at. Then next night went out for more drinks, and then somehow Thursday night went out for more drinks. And
yeah, we went to Locale on Thursday, and then we did
Thursday.
Yeah, and then we did our podcast Friday. Then we did hanging out with Eben and
on Saturday. That was okay. So we went to a local Irish pub afterwards, and actually, before I tell that story, I want to take a sip as well as the ice is in there.
Yeah, what do you think?
That smells really good. That brown butter is definitely
the sweet flavors.
The
came
sweet,
out.
all that
Yeah,
sweet. The
sweet
toffee
flavor.
came out.
That's nice. But does it taste that way? Did we lose anything?
The spices are still there. I'm just going to say not much of a change. Maybe a little more toffee. Maybe the cinnamon. That spice has got to be that cinnamon. I mean, I like this better. I like this better on ice than I do neat. Yes. Although this was good neat too.
Yeah.
And this is another. Honestly, look, I said Oregon's better, but you can buy this for somebody too.
Yeah.
This is very good. You should get this in your collection as well.
This is one of those so it's just a different flavor, right? So Oregon had that caramel apple, that kind of stuff. This one has more of the buttery stuff on the
buttery,
front,
the spices, the cinnamon, the toffee's there.
That's nice. I like this.
The toffee's on top, if you will. Oh, so what I was going to say was, so we went to a Brazilian steakhouse, and afterwards we went to a Irish pub. So we kept our country's going pretty good that night. But I was drinking some Bushmills, right? Because recently we just did the Bushmills 10-month-old, the 10-year-old single malt.
It was really weak.
Yeah,
loved it.
Yeah, diapers everywhere. But so I was like, I'm gonna have a Bushmills night tonight. So I had a regular Bushmills that was pretty good. Yep. No, I did a Bushmills Black the first time.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah. Then the next one I did.
No, wait. You did Jameson first. You did a Jameson.
I did Jameson Black first.
Then you did the Bushmills.
Yeah, okay. Because we had a Macallan before we got there too. Let's be very clear.
Yeah, we did
and we had a couple cocktails before. So anyway, but then I did the Bushmills Black. That was the world's worst whiskey I have ever drank in my life. I forced myself to drink that thing. That ended my night, by the way.
Yeah.
I didn't want to drink anymore after drinking that, having that in my mouth.
You were just sad.
It was horrible. It was.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was
you
horrible.
Just sad.
It was a horrible whiskey. It just wasn't good.
Yeah.
Do not. I'm sorry to say it out loud, guys. Guys and girls out there, do not try the Bushmills Black whiskey, or it was called something else. It was Black something.
I don't know.
It was bad. It just was not a good whiskey.
You pointed it at and said, "This is what I want," and I was like, "Okay."
I was curious. I never saw it. I'm like, "Okay, let's try the Black."
Got you, Mike D. You bought my first round. I got your first round.
If anything, I thought it was going to be smoky, but it wasn't smoky. I don't know what it was. There was some. I forgot. It was so bad. It was just not a good whiskey to drink.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't take the sip.
No, I would never tell you to. If it's something like, oh, this is bad, try this. No,
But sometimes if it's that bad, you kind of want someone else who will appreciate how bad it is to try it.
It would have ruined your night. You'd have pissed at me.
I would just throw my beer at you and be like, I'm out.
And you did an Irish car bomb that night.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Oh, man. Eben was not happy with that.
Was he?
He's like, I should have done an Irish car bomb. I'm like, I don't know why you did it to begin with.
To be fair, it is Eben's fault.
He wanted to do it. He said he's new all the time.
He looked at it and he's like, "Ooh, Irish car bomb," and I was like, "You want one? It's your night." I was like, "We're treating you," and he was like, "No," and he was like, and I was like, "All right, you want one?" So
I'm not an Irish car bomb. I can't chug Guinness anymore. It's just that's like eating a loaf of bread.
To me, it tastes like I don't know. It tastes like coffee with
milk, coffee liqueur, liqueur or something like that,
Yeah.
or Kahlua and coffee or something like that. I can't chug a whole Guinness anymore. It's like I said, to me, it's like eating a loaf of bread at one time.
I can't blame it. I don't do it very often.
Yeah. Oh, but that was a good night. That band was good.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
there. They were actually really good. Good Irish band was there that night.
I wish I could remember the name of them.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
They were good. I like this on ice. This is better on ice.
I agree.
You know, Brad, Kate, good job.
Very good job. Keep it up too. Keep it up. I don't know if they have anything else. So that's the other thing is I kind of poked around and I don't remember
seeing anything else. I was on their website today too. I don't because usually they may have had like one or two. Now they got to make more than one. I don't know. It's aged 5 years, which is good.
Yeah.
No, this isn't bad. Yeah. But you know what? Oregon's right now winning the battle. There's a battle going on right now. You know, right now when we have our victory cigar for the evening. What is our cigar going to be? You know, you picked the cigar tonight, Tia.
Yeah. So actually, I kind of got Mike D a little gift, right? I went to Fox Cigar. I know we're always plugging them, but they have these really good kits, right? So I happened to get us a Maduro kit.
Nice.
Because we had the Padron Maduros. And
Yes.
I was like,
yes.
You know, it'd be kind of cool to explore
I like
that
the
world.
right? I like the Maduros. Yeah, that's my favorite cut of cigar, if you will.
Right. So I picked us up, a 5-pack. So it was like it was just a random kit that they put together for us. So the kit itself was like $40.
That's not bad. There's 5 of them.
There's 5.
That's
there's
$8.
cigars.
That's $8 a stick. That's not bad.
Yeah. So there's the Cow MX2, the Olivia, the Jamie Garcia, Ashton, and the Brick House.
Okay.
So tonight I think we're gonna do the Brick House.
Nice.
Yeah. So pretty solid. So yeah, shout out to them because that was here quick too.
Oh, they have great shipping. We always say that, but like 2 days, right?
It was 2 days.
Yeah. No, they're fast.
It was so
like that.
fast.
Yes, they're very fast in their shipping.
Yeah, it was crazy.
They do a great job out there.
Yeah.
They have great selection out there. If you go to their website, they have tons of those. Not tons, but they have a lot of those.
They have a lot of kits.
Of those kits.
Yeah.
And like the last time I did an order with him, I think I ordered 3 different kits. Mm-hmm. Like the Leaf by Oscar, the ones which is my favorite cigars are Leaf by Oscars. I usually get the kits, and they have different ones because they have so many different cuts of them.
Yeah.
And for those out there who don't know, we've learned this recently too. Though it's all about the wrapper.
Yeah.
That's where the flavor comes from. It's not the actual tobacco inside.
Never even knew that.
Yeah, we learned that recently through a friend of ours. That it's all about the wrapper, the wrap around that cigar, what they wrap that cigar in, is where the flavor comes from, where they do the aging and the process, and that's where all the knowledge comes from, the ancestors, if you will. Because cigar making is noble.
It is.
I use that word a lot, noble. Like with the whiskeys, the scotches are noble. Irish whiskey is noble.
If you're telling the truth.
Yeah, it's noble. And cigar making goes back. It's one of those things. That's like, where I think American whiskey is more like whiskey. America. We make whiskey in America.
Well, moonshine.
Moonshine. You ever have moonshine?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I know we brought that up, I think, last time. It's like the random laws.
Yes. Actually, you know what? We should, I think for our next show, let's look that up. Obviously, go to Mighty Google, Cyberdyme, and let's just do random laws that still exist, and let's just talk about a couple of them. All right? Even some of them that might be vulgar.
Oh.
There are some out there like that. So you'd be surprised.
I know.
You'd be very surprised. So I think we're going to keep going east here. We're going to hit the East Coast now pretty hard.
Yeah.
We're going to smack right into the East Coast. We're going to hit Virginia. Not West Virginia, but Virginia. We got Virginia Distillery Company. Now, I honestly found these guys when we went to Whiskey Fest. They were one of the last ones we got to. But I knew I liked what I had, although at that point I was a little, lit. If
inebriated. You were inebriated.
We were
both inebriated.
I wouldn't know inebriated is the right word, but we were.
That is literally.
We were pretty good. But Virginia, now Virginia, they're also new to the whiskey realm, but they have a little more of a little more story than I was able to get in the other two. So the late Dr. George Moore had a great passion for single malt whiskey and adopted a home in Virginia. He's a native Irishman.
All right.
George came to the U.S. in the 1970s seeking new opportunities. In 2011, after many years of building successful businesses in both U.S. and Ireland, George finally had the chance to combine his two passions when he started Virginia Distillery Company. So today, George's wife, because George passed away, unfortunately, and son Angela Moore, his wife Angela Moore, and their son Garth Moore. Gareth Moore. Sorry, Garth. Party on, Garth.
Party on, Wayne.
Along with his wife Maggie Moore, have taken to the helm and continue building George's dream. Right? They carried the legacy forward by reinventing American single malt whiskeys. Every barrel is accumulation of the world's finest distilling, aged in perfection, and ideal climate of Virginia Blue Ridge Mountains.
Heck yeah.
That's kind of cool. So we have the port cast finish whiskey, which is made from 100% malted barley, marrying American single malt whiskey, made on site in Virginia, and aged with Scotch malt whiskey.
All right.
All right. So now we're mixing Scotch and American whiskey on this one, right?
I dig that.
And focus on finishing in a port cask for a minimum of 12 months adds a depth and complexity.
I can 100% agree. And looking at this tasting profile, I understand.
Yes, there's a lot going on here, right? We got a honey fig, a walnut, apple, smoke, sweet fruit, cocoa, cinnamon, clove, caramelized sugar.
But so some of those are very consistent with any port cask finish that we've had.
Yes, they're
some
always
of those
sweet.
are very similar names, flavor profiles that I'm used to seeing. So
Now I've had this. Now I couldn't find this at Total Wine, so I got this at ABC Liquors. So I've already had this already, so I already know what I'm getting myself into here.
which, let's get me into it then.
You controlled the pour this time, so I know it goes heavy.
Oh, sure. Ooh, that's kind of nice. I like that. That's an
No,
interesting
I like
smell.
this. This is damn it.
It's good for the table.
It's good for the table. We rub it in there.
It's good for the finish. It's fine.
So you get that sweet smell. You got that cocoa a little bit in there. You get that cinnamon. The clove is there.
You know what's weird is when you first poured it, I wasn't very happy with the smell. But now that it's kind of in there,
And this is darker than the other two.
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah, this
by
is.
far. Oh, this is nice. See, I already had a little bit at dinner time because I knew what I was getting myself into. But this is
okay.
that walnut's there, the apple's there, cocoa, cinnamon.
Dang,
That spice is there.
I like that smokiness. That smokiness is so nice and well rounded in with the sweetness that you're tasting.
It just blends with it right. It's not over smoke.
Oh, no.
Hopefully my listeners know, I don't like smoky. It's got that sweetness there. This is good. This is going to be one of my house rotations now. Now this was $42 a bottle.
All right.
At ABC Liquors. ABC is a cool place, man. They got a lot of choices there too.
I like this a lot.
This is really good. This right now is putting Oregon into a fight right now.
So I think I would take Oregon, but I mean the flavor on this is just awesome. It really is. But that's anything with the port, the port cask. It's always a complex flavor, and I love that because you can literally taste every little bit.
Yeah.
You can taste.
You get
that
all these
honeyed
different
fig.
flavors. I mean, the sweet, the apple, like I said,
the walnuts in there.
the honeyed fig. I'm not sure what a honeyed fig is. I like fig. I eat fig. I have a fig tree.
Well, so a honeyed fig is just a fig with honey on it.
Right. I don't know. I've had a fig. I'm just trying to think what a honey fig would taste like. I've never done it, so maybe it's my
Fig with the honey.
You make it sound so simple.
It's
not that simple. It's not that simple. No, it's not.
Dip a fig into honey.
It's not that simple. A fig and honey.
Dip a fig in honey. Done.
I'm sure there's a lot more to it. Than just dipping fig and honey. You probably got to age it in honey or something before it becomes soaked. I don't know. Oh, but this is really tasty.
It is.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to say it right now at a neat level. At the neat level, Oregon so far is still my favorite neat of tonight. What do you think?
I'd agree.
Yep. I think Virginia's a little better than the Wyoming right now.
No, I agree 100%. Now, I know that once we put ice on this, it's going to get crazy. I guarantee it's going to taste crazy.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. Right now, it's all buttery and stuff like that.
I feel like I have that port in my mouth. I just drink a port
Caramelized
wine.
sugar, the honeyed fig.
Yeah, that port wine feelings in my mouth right now. It really is. I feel like I just drink a port.
Yeah.
That sugary that sugar taste from a port wine,
Nice.
which is probably that caramelized sugar I'm getting right now. Is what that is. 100%.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, this is good. I like it. And they have a bunch of different ones too. They have 4 or 5 other ones we're gonna have to get our hands on.
Okay.
I think if they make a rye, maybe they get thrown into the arena.
Yeah.
The battle of the ryes.
Actually, that's something. Anybody out there that's listening along with us on these adventures, if you have a rye that you think can stand up against the Michters in a battle of the rye,
Bring it.
drop it in the comments. We're on Instagram. Literally just post it.
Post
this
a picture
episode. Yeah, post a picture of it. Tag us in it. Let us know what you like. What one you think can stand up to the
and we'll
Michter's
throw
rye.
it into the arena.
Heck yeah, I want to see that. Like,
Yeah.
I want to see other people's like ryes that they really like that they think.
You know, we should create like a almost like a Final Four March Madness bracket thing.
That'd be kind of cool.
Like, you know, have like 64 ryes.
Sorry guys, we might not survive this.
You know, but do it like over a bunch of shows, you know, or maybe not 64 ryes. Maybe like we do a sweet 16 of the ryes, right?
Okay.
Where it's like maybe just 2 ryes a night. 2 ryes, you know, and we do a show like that. We have the battle of the ryes going on that way.
Yeah,
you know, or maybe do a final, maybe do an Elite 8. You know, but something like that where
you're like shrinking the number.
Well,
more
yeah, because I mean, like if I do 64 ryes, I mean, I'm just like, that's a lot of rye. And I like my rye too, but like an Elite 8 of ryes where you have like the mixers. We have like, you know, we know that Oregon makes a rye. I'm pretty sure, you know, Wyoming and Virginia has one, and there are other ryes that we know, like the Dickel rye, and you know, there's a great Charleston rye that I know of that's really good. You know, have these different ryes on there and have like a battle of them where it's like, you know, we do 8 shows, you know, something like that.
Yeah. Well, we've already kicked off one.
We got one, yeah. I mean, Mixer's already a winner. You know.
Yeah, they won that one.
All right, you ready for a little ice action now?
I guess. Heck yeah. That is such a crazy flavor. It really is.
And you know what? I hate to say this too. I'm also looking forward to a little more rib
Oh, yeah. There you go.
from a crab.
No, seriously, that place is so good.
Good rib.
I know Mike D has dropped my brisket on here before, but that's not the only thing I make. I make a lot of different types of barbecue.
Oh yeah, no, you're a smoke master, man. I mean, you are.
And I can comfortably say like that place is now on my list. If if I don't want to make barbecue,
that's where you go.
I'm gonna go there and get the barbecue.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
It tastes homemade.
Yeah, no, it is because it is homemade.
Well, I know.
He didn't change the third generation. The third son took it over. I think in 2000, whenever 8 or 11, I forgot what it was. He kept that tradition going. I'm telling you, they use the same barrels, or they got new barrel smokers, but they're barrel smoking those things. They got to
So
be,
good.
you know. And he was on the news. He had gotten COVID. He was sick. It was all over the news, like local news. Like he's a celebrity, local food celebrity. And he had gotten COVID during one of the COVID runs, you know. And the last thing you want to lose is our McRae. Not at all, you know.
That's such a good name. Seriously.
So you tried some already with the ice. What do you think?
So it's definitely the weird part is it tastes almost exactly the same but cold.
It's more port. No, if anything, it's more port. Now I'm drinking port wine.
It's a really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Like I said, this went great with the ribs I was eating and the pulled pork and the
No, I can totally get that.
and the brisket because I had it with ice. It was sweet to me. So it's like we're not going to call it a sweet tea.
Yeah.
But you know, it was a good sweet drink to have with barbecue. McCrae's
Delicious.
backyard barbecue.
Delicious barbecue.
Yeah, there's some good ribs on there, man. No, man. Oh my god.
Yeah. No, that's nice though. So I think like the smokiness is kind of, it's not, I wouldn't say it's toned down. It's still there, but it's not as like punchy.
No.
Right. Which I'm assuming that comes from it being mixed with, Scotch.
Yes.
Right. So that's kind of where they're getting a lot of their smokiness from.
It's got to be. Right. I agree with that.
Some of the sweet flavors, which normally actually gets hidden or actually pops up rather when you put ice in it, it's very interesting that those are actually going away now and kind of the more, I don't know, because it has cinnamon and clove in it and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting that those are the flavors that are actually coming up, right? Like usually those are the things that could disappear. The spicy flavors are the things that disappear.
Not. Yeah. Like it's holding its own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's standing up against the test.
I like this a lot.
Yeah. Like this is my second favorite. Oregon still wins, but like this is like Virginia's going to be in my rotation in some form or fashion.
No, I want a bottle of this.
Yeah. No, this is really good. Like it's I've had it before and I've been enjoying it for the last couple of weeks now and I'm not. And look at the bottle. I'm not killing it either. I'm making this last. You know. What I mean?
I guess my question is, what do you think is a good cocktail for this? Is there one, or is this one that you just enjoy? On
I
the
think
rocks?
this one you enjoy the rocks. I don't know if I make an old fashioned with this. I don't think I make a. I don't think I make a Manhattan with this. Maybe a Rob Roy because it's sweet like the port, and then because you're mixing a Rob Roy with a sweet vermouth straight up.
So maybe that's interesting. All right. So you know what we should do is we should test that theory out. Not tonight, The next home mixologist.
I have some sweet.
No. What I'm saying is the next home mixologist series we do. Let's do port cask aged whiskeys and Rob Roy's.
Okay.
Let's see if it actually is a thing.
Okay. We focus on that type of whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have no. I mean, we can pull anyone from our previous shows now.
Yeah.
That have some form of port cask finish in oil. I mean, and it is very popular. I mean, we're seeing that more and more too.
Well, and it always brings out a beautiful color to it. It's
it
always a good
darkens
flavor.
Yeah.
Like usually you get a lot of like fruits and things like that coming with it. It's interesting here. This one's interesting because they're mixing it with Scotch, so that's where the smokiness is coming out.
I wonder who they are getting their Scotch from. Like I know so everyone knows Dewar's, right? You can actually buy one of the Scotches that's blended with. It's actually called I'll get the name for everybody. It starts with an A. I'm going to say Abbey something. Abbey Normal. Abbey Normal? Abnormal? No. But it's Abbey something. And it's actually one of the blends, but they're a famous name. And they have a 10 and 12-year-old that you can buy. And I've actually bought it. It's very good. It's a single malt. Okay. It's very good, but that's the one they used to mix Dewar's. Huh. So I'll grab when we go do our research for our next show. I'll show you the bottle. I'll show you what I'm talking about because it's worth buying in my opinion. As a Scotch goes, it's worth buying. Mm. Yeah, but no, I like this Virginia one. This is very tasty. You go $42. You can buy this for somebody who's once again a whiskey lover who knows their whiskeys, and they'd be impressed with this.
You know, so talking about price point, we actually stuck in with a good little grouping.
We did. But Wyoming was 55, Oregon was 45, and this was 42. So I mean, the Virginia was 42.
Within like $13, you could have 3 really good whiskeys. Yeah. And I wasn't disappointed by any of these.
No, I'd be happy with all 3 of these actually. Yeah. I think my cigar whiskey, my Victory cigar tonight, with the which one you said we can do? Rockport, you said?
We're gonna do the Brick House.
Brick House. I said Rockport. Brick House. I'm gonna have the Oregon Spirit.
Same.
No, that was a very good. Very impressed with Oregon. Good job out there.
Seriously. And I cannot wait to try the other products.
Did you know before marijuana was becoming legal across the country, the only place where the government grew their stash, because people can actually get marijuana through a government like approval. It was a big process to get it. It was grown in Oregon.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes sense.
Have you ever been
to Oregon? No. It's one of the places. It's one place I want to go to. I've been to Arizona. I've been to New Mexico.
One of my favorite parts about Oregon. So when you go there, you'll eventually sometime in your lifetime probably get out there, right? Especially if it's a thing that you want to go visit. When you get out of the airport and, out of the area of the airport, just roll down your window and it's so crisp and clean and I don't know how else to the air is so clean. It's all green. It's just green forest and hills. It's
nice healthy awesome. Air that not
It's beautiful. Yeah. It's the craziest thing ever. I love Oregon. I really do. I would move back there.
It's like I say about Arizona. It's like God's country. So maybe Arizona's touched a little bit, but untouched. Yeah. So much untouched.
Well, you can go an hour and a half somewhere and there's no one's been there for
right. Yeah, exactly. Ever. Exactly. Right. Exactly. So our winner tonight is Oregon. If there's a winner, you can't go wrong with all 3. We're going to send out an Instagram blast. Let everybody know what's going to be coming up on the show.
Absolutely.
So grab a bottle, grab all 3 bottles if you can. Yeah. But grab a bottle and drink along with us. Yeah. Get some good barbecue. Get some good local barbecue. If you live in West Palm, go ahead, hit McCrae's. You've been there if you live there.
Or if you got your own favorite barbecue joint.
Get some barbecue. Have one of these whiskeys and enjoy our show. Get a cigar. Any cigar. Yeah. When we're talking about Bricktop, right? Yep. Would be good, but Brick House. I keep messing up.
You're just renaming in the cigar.
I
think Brick House just needs to rename their brand.
I keep thinking of some 70s
rooftop, Bricktop
funk song like Brick House. Ow. But I think you enjoy a show with us and have one of these whiskeys. Absolutely.
And don't forget to remember we picked these up at Fox Cigar. Yep. So go check out foxcigar.com.
Yep.
They got free shipping on everything.
Yeah.
Every order. Awesome packs. Awesome accessories.
Yep.
So, go check them out.
Check them out. They got good deals, good prices. Get on their mailing list because every day you get an email, sometimes 2 emails a day, and they always have really good specials. And they're like, if you're a cigar smoker, you will be happy with these specials. I promise you. Yeah. You will increase your collection through these guys. So, but great night, TI. A really good time. We're doing Estates Whiskey. This is volume 1 of many volumes. Yeah. We're not even sure what the next one's going to be. And next week's show, we're going to do some Japanese whiskeys.
Yeah.
We're going to bring in the Japanese.
We're going to head out to that side of the world.
Yes, it's going to be a little fun.
Ocean.
Yes.
It'll be good.
House of the Rising Sun, man. We're going to have some fun with these guys.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah. We get some good food for that one, too. We'll figure out what that's going to be. We'll get some good food.
Yeah.
But everyone have a great evening. Have a great week. Check us out on Instagram. The Frisky Whiskey Instagram, and now we have the friskywhiskey.com. Go to our website.
Yep.
You have links to the shows and links to all the restaurants we're going to. And you click on the links. If you go into an episode, you can find the bottles we're drinking. Click on that, and we'll take you to Total Wine so you can purchase it yourself.
Yep.
But check us out on Instagram, everybody, and follow us. We need followers.
All the followers.
The more people will follow us, more people will subscribe to us and like us. We can do more.
Tell your weird neighbor.
Yeah, tell that guy. He's the weird one we want.
Yeah.
We'll fix him for you.
He probably just likes whiskey. And he's just nervous.
Yeah, we'll fix him for you. Yeah. But follow us, like us, subscribe to us. We want to do a lot more. We want to go. We know different places. We want to try whiskeys for everybody.
Yeah. Well, have a good one.
Have a good night, everybody.